Oh my God.
What happened to my voice? Hello. Hello. Okay. Hello. Once again, is Prolific B, and this is a young and prolific show. I've got my co-host here, Shanti Brown, and today we're going to talk about a very, very disconcerting issue regarding the male in our community and I know it's an abuse, apparently I'm not supposed to say that, but it's the abuse that is going on. So today we want to get to the root of it and find out how it's gone left now and why these things are happening to our alpha males in our community. So Shanti Brown, I'm going to let you start. I want you to sort of like break it down in terms of how we've got to this stage whereby women are literally physically attacking our men.
Okay, so like you said, today we're talking about what encourages disrespect, right? Basically,
Yes.
That's what we're going to be talking about.
Precisely.
Right, and you want me to give a little intro. So,
Yeah.
I don't even know where to start. Generally, what men are supposed to be like the kings of our castles. Like
Yes.
they are protectors, our providers and all of it. But as you know, recently, there's been like a switch of roles.
Yes.
And I believe when there's a switch of roles, I mean, there's lots of reasons why, but when there's a switch of roles, everybody thinks they're the king of the castle. So, for example, I'm a woman. If I end up a single parent, I'm not blaming single parents before I get in trouble.
Yeah.
If I end up as the man of the house, i.e. I've got the kids and I'm looking after the kids, whether there's a man in the house or not, I'm basically, I'm the provider, so I'm the boss of the house.
Okay.
So in this case, the man has no say. Even though he's present, in some cases, he has no say. And I feel like that kind of breeds the disrespect in a way, because if you've got like 3 girls in the house, if the mum as the main boss or the king of the castle, they're going to grow up thinking women are basically more powerful than men. So yeah, that's kind of how I see it.
Okay, because there was a video that was going out, but because the video is so disturbing, I've chosen not to talk about it. And I found out this evening from producer that he actually sent emails, sent it to the embassy to make sure that they looked into it. So well done, producer, and thank you so much for supporting our alpha male. Now, that video, I think one of the things that I got so upset about was there were children, young children. There was a little girl that was videoing it.
Yeah.
Now, when do you think that when you look at the homes, do you think women now have become the aggressors?
Unfortunately, yes. To an extent.
Okay. Why do you say to an extent?
I mean, I don't want to blame. It's a difficult subject to talk about without being or sounding judgmental.
Okay.
I feel like yes, some of us have like become the male figures in the house, and this is why we become the aggressors. Again, going back to what I just said, if I'm the one that's providing, I'm the one that's looking after the kids, I'm doing everything, I'm going to feel like I'm the boss. And if you say anything I don't like or do anything I don't like, I'm going to put you in check. Because remember, we switch roles. I'm the man, you're the woman now. You can look like a man, but if you're not behaving like a man, which happens, most women, well, not most, some women basically have to do what men do. 2 jobs, looking after the kids, picking them up from school, and then the men are just there just giving money, and they think that's enough. No.
Do you know why I'm smiling?
Why?
Our mothers have always done that. Because if you look, but seriously, our mothers have always taken care of their homes and they've given credit to their husbands. They've actually made them the kings, even though you know that if you look at from generational stuff, it's women that they do the 2 jobs. It's women that they go to the farm. It's women that they are carrying
women
things.
going to the farm, no.
Yeah. If
Really?
you look at, you see that when you look at pictures, you see women carrying babies on their back, carrying the firewood, and the man holding the stuff behind them.
No.
Yes.
What tribe was that?
Well, the farming tribe, because if you like, go and look at pictures. And I'm saying that. Please
let me tell you what I see. I see the man carrying the stuff.
No.
And the woman carrying it too, with the baby on their back. I don't see men walking around and the woman, no.
Okay, so we're not even going to go into that, but that is what normally happens.
All right.
And then the women still continue to treat these men as royals, as the alpha male. Do you understand? Now, what I'm trying to find out is what has changed. Is there, because when you look at the Western world, men now are treated like the degenerates in the house. Do you understand me? They treat them worse. Do you get me? The women feel that when a man says one, I'm going to say two. Do you understand me?
Yeah, it's a culture. It's a Western culture. Because, like, again, back home, like I was telling you before we started, like back home, men are men, whether it could be a taxi driver. I'm not saying taxi drivers are not men, they are. But I'm just saying, it doesn't matter what you do or where you're from, a man's a man. We all know this, we believe that, I believe that, I like it, that's my culture. There's nothing I can do about it. But once you go into the Western, once we come onto a different like field, it's a totally different thing. We can all, I can do what a man can do. You have women talking about how 50-50. I don't believe in all of that, but the thing I feel like the problem right now is that 50-50 thing where women think they can do everything a man can do. They can, but I don't believe that that's normal in a way.
Okay, I feel that, please, I want people to please leave a comment
and
on the comment
what
section.
You think
you men, because I really want to hear your end, because I know there are women that are suffering in their relationships. Do you understand?
Suffering how?
Suffering in a sense that there's certain men that I know that they don't, even when they finish work, they don't even want to come to the house. They park their cars outside the house for hours on end to see whether the women will sleep before they come into the house.
Yeah, but what's that got to do with women disrespecting men?
It's got, because the thing is they fight so much that the women attack them so much. They're there because they've got younger children in the house.
Oh, so you're saying because the women
don't want to come home
is why they don't want to come home?
That's it.
Oh, right, okay.
They don't want to come home. They just want to be outside because they feel when they come home they get attacked, they get abused. I know a man that the wife literally used to bite his chest, kick him, literally physically. And this guy was a pastor, and he would go to church and still go and preach.
Wow.
And the funny thing is, this guy, he got to a point that sometimes he says he's outside when he's leaving home. He feels so happy, and when he's coming back home, the thought of him finishing work and coming back home frightened him.
Oh gosh.
And the funny thing is, the reason why this topic with me has come up is I've got two boys.
Yeah.
And I know I've raised them, as I always say, that don't hit a woman and all these stuff. And the thing is, I doubt it that any mother seeing the child being abused, regardless, would take it lightly.
Yeah, but you see, I believe the kind of boys that you've raised and then other good men out there would not be receiving that kind of disrespect. One. Two, some people are as good as like decent guys, but some of them don't, like the video we were watching, like he didn't want to hit her because he knew what her intentions were, and or some people brought a train not to hit women. I feel like it depends on what kind of playing field you're on. Like personally, if I said to you before, if I meet someone who's arrogant, I don't like arrogant people. Men.
Arrogant men.
Yeah, I'm not gay.
Because these days, when you say people,
I don't like arrogant men.
Yes.
Right. So you could be as hot. So long as if you're arrogant, egotistic, all of that, it's a turn off, right? But some men and women, we're talking about men. Some men will meet a nice girl and they know they're rude, but they don't think it festers, kind of thing. Is the point?
So kind of like seeing the red flag.
Thank you. And then it gets to a point where, because I don't think I can ever, we'll never say never, I can ever slap a pat and chap a man or trap him to do da.
Yeah.
No, I probably could get someone to beat him up, but I don't think I can do it. Do you see what I mean? So yeah, basically that's what I think about it.
Well, the thing is, the women that they provoke men. Is it one of the things that I know is now in our community, what normally happens is that a man sometimes wants to stay away from the woman, and the woman actually confronts him.
Up in their face, hit me.
Yeah, hit me. Or sometimes she hits the man, and then when the man sort of like tries to sort of like turn his hand, he goes, oh yes, so now you're a woman beater. The thing is, and I'm saying this, and women, I don't really care. if you hit a man, trust and believe, after the man is supposed to put you flat on your face. Because if you're willing to come to the plate, trust and believe. You know
what? That's not even attractive though. When a woman just jumps in front of a man and says, "Hit me, hit me." It's not attractive when a woman's beating up a man, whether the man's weak or strong. I find that really, really weird.
Because certain women do that because they know the man wouldn't hit them. And I know, I remember I was talking to a guy that was on probation, and then he goes, his first wife. Every time they had an argument, she would just call the police. And then they'll lock him up. And they locked him up about 9 times.
Wow.
Yep. And he goes, sometimes he's just pushing her out of the way. Sometimes but the next thing he knows, he's the one that's in jail. There's one that he says his car got smashed. Like his windows. The funny thing is he was cheating, fair enough. But he went to smash his window. So when he tried to push her out of the way, the camera caught him pushing out of the way. And now he's doing probation. Do you understand?
Basically think they're using all of that thing as a tool?
I feel that they're using it as a way of trying to get the men in trouble. So the legitimate...
Get them in check.
No, I don't find that that's in check.
Yeah, you're trying to get them to do what you want.
Yeah, but that's not check. The reason why I say it's not in check in the sense that you are literally provoking somebody to react. And that person's reaction, that person goes down for it. I know men that because of that, they're not able to see their children.
Yeah.
Because the woman will now say, oh, I remember there was one video, there's one friend that he said his missus, they got into an argument.
Yeah.
And the moment they got into an argument, the next thing, the woman started tearing off her clothes. She didn't know that the guy was recording it. So he said he was tearing off her clothes. He was making sure that she was screaming that you hit me, you hit me, you hit me. And they said the first thing that the policeman did was when he came in, he just took him away. And it's only when he showed him the video that they saw that the woman was a perpetrator.
Wow.
So my thing is, when did these things go to that point whereby the women are using that as a tool? So they're not checking the men. They are using it as a way of controlling a narrative which is actually impacting on our children.
Yeah.
Because now when I'm looking at our children, these are the girls that are going to grow up. Because when I was watching that video, it was this little girl and she was videoing this thing, and there was this little boy walking around. Now this girl is going to grow up
and do the same thing.
Do it, or that she's going to say that, oh, this is what I know.
Yeah. Well, that's what she knows anyway.
And then I remember somebody was saying something in a comment that, oh, I'm never going to let my child marry a single mother. Do you understand me?
Oh, no.
And I felt that it was a very, very massive statement to make. Do you get what I'm saying?
It's ignorant.
But it's not ignorant. Because I didn't. No, it's not.
Yeah, well,
because all of a sudden, if a man is helping a single parent out, and that has become his reward.
Yeah, but you can't sweep all of them in with one broom. So that's ignorant. Because how are you going to think, just because one person...
No, but most women do that. Most women do that. Most women do that.
Most single parents?
Most women do that, and I don't know whether it's single parent or not single parent.
Most women do... Well, do you know what?
Because okay, go on.
It's a tricky kind of topic. Because we can't say most women do that. Well, like a huge number of women do that.
Yeah.
But it can't be most, because I feel like it depends on the situation you're in. Some of these women are frustrated. Some of these women are desperate.
But do you feel being frustrated means that you hit a man first?
No, I know.
You see, that's the thing. I don't subscribe to that. The funny thing is, men will allow you to sort of like verbalize and talk and say what you want to say. But the funny thing is, the moment you raise your hand to a man, I'm telling you, flatten her out. That's it. For me, that is it. Because with me, as much as I run my mouth, I am never going to step to a man. Because, and sometimes too, I feel that men to go at women that is above their class.
Wow.
Because sometimes if you go out, because this man, for instance, it looked like some next week man. Because when I was looking at it,
though, and it was the whole thing was.
It looked very vulnerable.
Vulnerable. The whole thing was so disrespectful for young people to watch because they're going to think men are weak. The whole thing was really bad.
And this man was going, "Oh, I was helping the woman out."
How do we know he's lying or not lying?
Because the way the woman, you know what? I just feel that our community that we're in, a community that we're in now, you see, I still believe that, you see, you know, when sometimes women are saying we're doing 3 or 3 jobs and we're doing this, our mothers, let me tell you something, did all that. And they did not disrespect our dads.
No, I disagree a bit. Our mothers did that with the support of our fathers. Our fathers were working, they were working.
I appreciate
in this
that.
case,
Yeah.
she's doing it all alone. So there's a difference.
No, but if you're doing it alone, then why be with him? You see, the reason why I say
she's
that
trying
is...
to have a cake and
our
eat it.
mothers, let me tell you something. Our mothers, there's certain men that they exist in that house, but they don't. Okay, you're talking about our dads, they worked, they were professionals. But there are certain uncles that they didn't do anything. And our aunties were the ones that were doing stuff. But at the end of the day, these women made it seem as if it was your husband's.
Yeah, but you see, the thing is, for example, if I had a husband who, like, I'm doing everything and he's not doing anything, isn't it up to me to decide whether I want him there or not?
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that you raise your hand to him.
No, I'm getting to a point.
I hear
so
that.
if I decide I want this man in my house and he's got 1 job and I've got 3 jobs, it's up to me. I know why I want to keep him there. So I'm saying it shouldn't end up where I'm punching him. That's the point. That's where I'm going.
That's my point. So if you
Right.
made that decision that you're going to keep that man there, why do you raise your hand to the man?
Maybe they've gotten to a point where they're like, you know what, maybe I made a mistake, I need you out, and the man's not going. Maybe.
Yeah, then you call the police. Or you find a way to get him out, but you don't hit a man. So, okay, so what happens? If you hit that man, the man, let's say that there's no cameras, the man now beats you up.
Knocks you out.
That's the point. Now you're going to turn around and say, oh, the woman is a weakling.
Which they will.
Because I am a woman. And I see sometimes how these women behave, and I promise you.
I think, and another thing is, right, I talk to a lot of young people, as you do.
Yeah.
I don't think they have a respect for men anyway, generally. It could be in our community or out, they just don't have respect for
So
men.
when did things change? Do you think they're in healthy relationships?
Of course not.
So how did they detect they're not healthy? Because some of them will say, oh, because of my children, because of my days, I know I don't want to leave the woman. I don't want my wife to be a single woman.
But this is where I go back to compatibility, and people like to talk about people are picky or they're choosy or they got a list and A and B and C and D. The point is, these kids, and basically, depending on where they're from or which home or wherever they came from, they don't respect. I don't think they respect that family union thing. Because you've got these young girls talking about they're dating people and there's no labels now. We can just be doing whatever we want and we're just there.
That's pure madness.
And they don't respect these men, and they expect so much from these men, but they don't want to give it back. All right? And all of this is part of it, because again, it festers. So
how did it start?
I think it's just generational. But that woman looked like she's quite old, so I don't know where I'm not sure where she came from.
Because with me, because seriously, I have seen there are loads of men that they're really, really suffering. I'm not saying that women don't suffer, but with us, when we bring our issue out, we get the sympathy. Whereas when a man turns around now and says, oh, my wife beat me, they goes, oh, man up, you're a man. Or how can you let a woman beat you? So most of the time, men don't talk about it.
You know what?
And there's no outrage or uproar about this issue.
Again, it's a weird situation for us. Do you know why?
No.
Because these people, we've moved from where we're supposed to be, Africa, Caribbean, wherever, and we've come onto a different environment. Mm-hmm. And I feel like we're trying to do what they do here. I'm not saying that we're doing things that are not supposed to be what we do. Because in Ghana, for example, or Nigeria or Jamaica, you don't see women there punching men like that. We probably do, but it's not normal, right? So from that story, and I know we're just using it as a focal point, she did it because she thought she can get away with it. Because again, if you went to some place in Africa or Caribbean and said, my husband beat me, they're going to be, okay, all right.
Because you know, like now when you look
what's
at
the big deal?
Movies, like social media and stuff, you see that the woman comes up to the man and then she slaps the man.
Really?
Yeah, have you watched the Nigerian movies? I know. So I don't know whether social media too has become part of the problem.
Okay, so maybe they're doing that what a man can do, a woman can do kind of thing.
No, but the funny thing is the moment the man hits the man and the man is going, oh, so now you want to beat me? You know, that kind of stuff. And then the man goes, oh, you know.
Wow.
But I still feel that in the movies, if they could do that retaliation thing, because I remember there was one clip that I was watching whereby the man slapped a woman and the man hit her back, but it was just imagining that he was doing that. Do you understand?
Okay.
So like when the clip, and I was kind of thinking, but I think that made me watch that movie, and it's later on that I realized, because they did sort of like a synopsis of it. So that was when I saw that unfortunately it was the man imagining him doing it.
Okay.
But I feel that real life, if women, no, trust me, I keep saying that I'm one person that I run my mouth, they understand. But I know my limit. I know I am not going to step to a man. Do you understand me? So my point is, you see, one thing that women should understand is men will always be the alpha.
Yeah, but that's the problem though. Most people don't believe that.
What people don't believe that?
Most people, or so I say most women.
Okay.
Not most. Some women don't believe that the man's the alpha. And that's where the problem is.
So why are they with them then?
They're with them because the man is a woman and the woman is a man.
So how does that make sense?
Okay, so basically it's kind of like a necessity thing where if somebody's single and they think they need a man.
Okay.
Doesn't mean I have to respect you. Hello, I'm bringing the money, you're bringing the money. So you're not my boss. I chose to go out with you kind of thing.
Really?
And that's why there's no respect. Whereas in our religion, or should I say
in our culture,
the man is the head of the house.
Okay.
Now again, I'm going back to where the woman's providing. Now we all live in the West, so why are you providing for a man? See, some it's 50-50. So from time you're providing for the person, you're the man of the house, no? Whether you're a man or a woman.
Okay, so what about the women that the man is providing and they're still hitting the man?
Oh no, I don't. That's just somebody who's not well.
Okay, because when we were talking about sometimes when you go to Ghana, you'll be in a queue. And once you're in a queue, a man will come.
Yeah.
And then the woman will be looked over, and then the man will be served.
Yeah.
Now, do you think that too has become a problem whereby women now feel that if you're going to dismiss me in public, me too, when I get the opportunity, I'll just punch you up and then even the score?
I don't think that's got anything to do with it.
Because when you go to Ghana, that's how it is.
Yeah, but I feel like these kind of women, they honestly do not respect men. Let me give you an example. When I go out of for example, my partner, right? In public.
Yeah.
If he wants a drink, I'll go and get the drink. But certain people will be like, you get your own drink, right?
Yeah.
It's just, I respect him. I want other people to respect him because he's a man.
Which is true.
When we get home and I feel like being cheeky, I can be cheeky if I want. But I'm not saying I'm that great, because I'm not.
But in public, you still show him that respect. A man is a man. Yeah, that's it.
I know. And you know why I feel like a man is a man?
No.
Because I believe like we've all got our roles.
Yeah.
He can never be me. I can never be him. I understand that. I'm comfortable with it. Right? But some women, I don't know, they just get it wrong. Some men get it wrong. Same way a man wants to sit home and watch his woman go and work is the same way she thinks she can work and slap him up.
Wow.
So they're switching roles, basically.
So then, how do we educate our children? Because sometimes I feel
By
that
showing.
We're losing our culture.
We can't say anything to them because they were born and bred in England. They're going out to schools. They meet in different cultures. In some cultures, the men are supposed to be weaker. In some cultures, the men are stronger. In some cultures, it's 50-50. In our culture, the man is the head of the house. It doesn't mean the man is a boss. It doesn't mean everybody must bow to the man or he could put chains on our legs and pull us everywhere. No. It means the man is the head. He shows the way and we follow. And the mummy is the one who's the assistant. What would you call it again? Vice president.
Yeah.
So we have the president, we've got the vice president. And then we've got everybody else.
So when the woman is beating the president,
it means the vice president is cheeky enough to be slapping up the president. So obviously there's a problem.
There's a proper beat down though.
But this is what I'm saying. There's a problem then. So basically they need to go their separate ways. So there's a problem there.
So how do we change that conception?
By showing, like I just said. Okay. We need to show
How
our
do we
kids.
show?
We exhibit respect.
So our actions,
right?
Our actions have to depict,
right? Because kids they learn by basically looking at what we're doing. You can't tell them. You can talk all day; they're not going to listen. You have to show that when Daddy comes home, he helps Mummy a bit. I'm making an example. I'm not saying you guys you need to help us. I'm just making an example.
No, that's what I believe that we should.
Okay, well, I'm saying you basically come home. If you know you got a boy child and a girl child, you need to exhibit love, respect, honor. Job, I don't know, ethics.
Yeah.
To teach them. You wanted to have kids, you need to teach them.
Precisely.
Now they're being really, they're messing things up for people. Because you're bringing up some independent little girl, little diva in the house. And she's going to grow up and be up somebody else. Now, did you see what I mean though? So you need to show these children what to do.
And the thing is,
they're not.
But the funny thing is, in our culture, we used to always have this thing whereby, we always said that when Dad comes home, it's like the man, even, that's what I'm saying, that no matter what the woman will say or the wife will say or the mother will say, we always gave the dad the last say.
Because he's the president.
So then when did the president now become the vice?
President became the vice because the vice has got a problem. Because right now, right, if you look at a country that's got president and the vice, the vice can't do nothing without the president's
stamp, yeah.
So can you imagine the vice just coming out in public and slapping the president? What's going to happen to the vice? They're probably going to get tackled by security, no?
No, okay.
Right?
Fair enough, yeah.
They're going to get tackled by security and they're going to get basically fired straight away.
Okay.
So I feel like the men should start wearing the pants now.
Yeah, but when you're wearing it, when do you... Is it... Because the funny thing is, sometimes it's like you give power to one person and then the person runs with it. So he has to balance it. So let's say that you give, the men today that abuse the women. I know today is Men's Day.
Yeah.
But the thing is, there are men that... Like, you give them the power that the woman is being subservient.
Who's giving who the power?
I'm talking about the wife. Like sometimes women...
No, see, that's where I've got a problem.
Okay.
We don't give them the power. They already have the power.
Okay, so
they
now...
should already have it.
Okay.
If I have to give you the power, I'll be beating you.
It's true, though.
That's the problem.
Yeah, that's
I don't want to be giving any man no power.
It's true.
Because I'll take you whenever I want.
It's true, though. So
if
that means it don't belong to you. Yeah,
and I have to give you the... What's the point? Go away. I'll do the thing myself. What's the point?
But now, that I keep going back to that video.
And what does it mean he's trying to help her out and he doesn't want to hit him? He needs to man up.
That's the thing. That's what I was thinking. Because, no, he said, according to, and which I understand, because as I rightly said, there are loads of men that they're doing probation because the woman attacked him or broke into his car, came to his house, hit him. He tried to move her out of the way. She was, I don't know, she got unbalanced or whatever it is. And the next thing you know, she goes, oh, the man beat me up. And the police comes and then the next thing you know, he gets hauled off. Yeah? Now, my thing at this present stage is how do we change that narrative?
We change it by teaching our kids to do the right thing.
Because telling them to do the right thing, and as to say, our actions has to depict.
We have to show them.
Our actions have to depict. Because in all fairness, what frightens...
It even sounds a bit...
wimpy, innit?
I'm not a psychologist yet.
Yeah.
But it sounds psychotic to have the child record him being beaten.
100%.
That was quite sickening, actually.
It was, and the kid was even giving commentaries.
And giggling.
And giggling. And then later when they threw them out, the little kid was just crying everywhere. And then all of a sudden you realize that she was a little girl. Do you understand? Because there was a point whereby she got kicked out of the house.
Oh, did she?
Yeah. There's another video that's going on. And then the kid was crying, and then they were videoing.
Who gets kicked out? The woman and the kids?
Yeah.
Good.
So, and the funny thing is, and then people were going, no, she's just a child. She doesn't know what she's doing and all these stuff.
When she was recording it, she was just a child.
And then I felt, because with me, I cringed. Yeah, because there's one point I sitting on the toilet and the woman is using this, was it a trainer or something, to be smacking up his head. I'm telling you, she was so aggressive. And the little kid was making commentaries and she was laughing. Oh, you're not seeing that? Oh, that's what I've been going through because I wanted to do this. I don't want to
see it anyway because that's the
No. But the funny thing is the way, and there was a point whereby the man was in bed. And then the woman was standing there and she was still, and the man had covered himself up, you understand me, in a bed. And he goes, I just had an operation. And it's just, I felt that if this was my dad, I know I'm going to jail. I ain't even gonna lie like that. Because I would have booked the first flight to wherever my dad was. And that woman ain't gonna see daylight. I'm not a violent person. I'm a realist.
So to me personally, most people, we've all got mental health issues, and I know we're not supposed to be talking about abuse and all of that. So little things trigger little things because that's not normal anyway. So, I don't know, but we just need to basically be aware of our environment in terms of people, whoever we're dealing with, because clearly those two have issues.
And I feel that men too should be given that platform to not feel as if they're stigmatized if they're saying that they're being abused in a relationship, because the rate of suicide in men is really high. And when men are people that they don't talk. And the reason why I say that is men would not discuss even the most minute problem. Do you understand?
All right. So again, in African places, African countries, specifically Ghana, men are not supposed to cry, right?
I tell my kids to cry all the time. I tell them that it cleanses your soul.
Oh, it does.
Yeah,
no, but it does. No, it does.
But why? Okay, go on.
So men are not supposed to cry. You're not supposed to, even if someone...
You're not supposed to show an emotion.
No. Even if a woman slaps you, you have to pretend like you didn't hear, like you're some alien. But, right? So how is a man going to say to you, Beatrice, my woman slapped me? Can you imagine your friend, I don't want to mention any names, telling you, my woman slapped me? They can't do that.
Trust me. Anyway, I'll tell him to man up though.
Right? So that's the problem. Men go for a lot. I feel like decent men go for a lot.
Yeah.
They're dealing with aggressive ones like the video we saw.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And do you think...
And then the rough ones get away with it. The ones who need to be punched, I know, I'm sorry, but yeah, they get away with it.
That's what you say, punch. They just have to lay them flat on their back. You know, so I hear the joke like that.
Yeah.
You see, the funny thing is, I was raised in a home whereby my mom, regardless of what my dad did, because no, my dad cheated a lot, and then my mom would be like, "I'm not going to say nothing." You know, she's a typical European woman, innit? Oh, at least it's his life. He can do whatever he wants. You know that guy? I know it. And I remember what my dad used to do was he would change the numbers of the phone would ring.
Oops.
And then the people, you know, it was a house phone, innit? It wasn't like this mobile phone thing.
Yeah.
And then the person doesn't talk, and my mom would go, well, it's for you, Kweku. And then my dad would pick it, but you see, my dad is proper nervous, innit? And I'm going, but what's that got to do with me? But now I'm looking at it, that our generation, the next thing you know, we're just smacking at the man. Do you understand? But the funny thing is, I still feel that it wasn't that our parents were not human or they didn't have any emotion.
They had discipline.
They had discipline. Why have we lost that?
Yeah,
why have we lost that?
So hard, we're trying so hard to be something we're not. We're trying so hard. So like, I believe, and that's my belief before anyone gets upset, I believe black women, we're trying so hard to be something we're not. In terms of looks, in terms of what we can do, in terms of our ability, everything.
So do you think that has impacted, or, you know, as the generation has gone, women now, instead of us trying to encapsulate the positive aspect of our culture, we're kind of like, we've diluted it down.
Oh, big time, yeah.
That we are not even trying to understand.
And I blame the guys as well, because like I said to you, if I go out and then I'm with a partner, right, and I'm serving them, I've had people say, wow, oh, she's serving you. And guys saying that. Yeah. But to me, that's normal.
That's it.
Right?
Yeah, because
they're surprised you're serving your guy, and then they're wondering why.
And the funny thing is, we're not weak women. That's the problem. Because because the thing is, we saw our moms do it.
But this is what I was trying to tell you. We've got different roles. Don't cross mine. I'm not going to cross yours.
Yes.
It's simple. You know, be a full woman, like God created us as a woman and a man, like a yin and a yang. That's it. I don't want to be you yang. Stay away in your corner. But you know, when we cross it, that's when the women think they can punch at men in public.
Because you know, when you said that, I remember my ex-husband. He was somebody that he cooked. He cooked. So when I go to work and I come back, and probably I'm late, he will come and then he'll come and cook. And when I come home early, I cook. And he, you know what he looks like. He is a macho-looking guy. Do you understand? And he cooked. And in our household, all the men in our house cook. So we don't see that as a...
I see. Sorry to cut you off, but I went on a show once and we were talking about, would you marry... 3 guys, you know, and it was just me and then the host. Would you marry a woman who doesn't cook? And then someone went, no, she has to cook. Cooking's got nothing to do with anything.
No.
And this is the problem, though. Cooking's got nothing to do with anything. If you're a man, if you're like, I don't know, like a macho man and you want to cook. If a woman wants to cook, it's, to me...
But in all fairness, I don't really want to sound like a hypocrite, yeah? But I told my son that if you get a woman that doesn't know how to cook, he ain't even worth it. No, but and the reason why I said that was, when you're looking at it economically, yeah? Why would you, the man... Because it's nice that both of you cook. And then you guys...
I tell you you're joking me.
Yeah. Why would you both... It's like if both of you know how to cook, it makes it financially sound.
Yeah.
Do you understand me? But not just assigning it to one person.
You're talking about economy. I'm thinking about, if you don't know how to cook, who's going to cook for you? Forget about the economy business. But if you're a woman and you don't cook, who's cooking then for the kids?
That's the point. That's what I was saying.
So you're talking about money. But anyway, a friend of mine was basically, he lives in America. I was having a conversation with him. Yeah. And he was so upset. And he goes, I said, why are you so upset? I got my, what did he say? I got my credit card bill. And he, can you imagine, there's, every month there's 2 or 3 times my wife has ordered cheesecake. So I'm thinking, what's the problem? Well, I told her to go for some lessons to learn how to make cheesecake. Because he doesn't want to...
Is it normal though?
No, but is she normal? Why are you using someone's credit card to buy cheesecake?
But cheesecake is a dessert. Probably she doesn't know how to bake. But
So go and learn how to make it.
Yeah, but that I don't agree with him.
Why not?
Because food is very different from a dessert. It's not a
So
dessert
how about
that
you
eat.
go and get a job and use your own credit card to buy the cheesecake? Why?
Well, he started it from the jump, so now she's used to it.
No.
So sometimes it comes to another dozen though.
Oh.
But I will still go back to that beating thing, whereby
Or the
men,
disrespect in
the
general.
disrespect. I'm sorry, but you know what? I don't agree.
I mean, I don't want to be mean and say it's their fault, but in a way, they're allowing it.
Sorry? Yeah.
They're allowing it because if I was a guy, I'm not a guy, but if I was a guy, I wouldn't tolerate loud, bitchy, aggressive women anyway, because that's not feminine. Like sometimes I feel like I'm not very feminine. I am, but I'm not 100%.
I am assertive and vocal, but I know when to be. It's not all the time. You see, the funny thing is when I'm saying, like sometimes we want to win an argument. We want to be right. Okay, most of the time we are right. But the point is...
You can't never be all right, but anyway.
No. But, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but that is my perception.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, I would not let it slip into the point whereby I'm raising my hand to a man.
I believe, and again, that's my opinion.
Yes.
I think men need to stay away from toxic women. I believe there's a lot of toxic men out there in a way, but if you're a guy and like in that situation, I would stay away from these women because there's a lot of toxic women around. As a man, if I was a guy, I'd be very, very picky. Okay. I'd want a feminine woman.
You know when
I've got masculine.
When you said that, all the guys that they were on probation, that they came there because of the women, they said it excited them. So it was
the aggressiveness.
the aggressiveness.
So
actually.
Again, see, that's their fault.
Now because it's something that turned them into. It's kind of like they found it very, I don't know, attractive.
That's true, actually, because I know.
But they say crazy women. Rudeness. Yeah, they say crazy women are good in bed, kind of foolishness.
Okay.
No.
All right.
And yeah.
And
so my thing is,
you.
I know, isn't it? So now, how do you? But that is in the Western way. But I'm just talking about sometimes when you come into our culture, regardless. We have that thing, the hierarchy of the home. It's the man, because we're trying to raise men. We are trying to teach them. We're trying to show them the way forward. How do you raise a man? Or because I know certain women that when they get beat, they said when a man beats me, that's when he shows me that he loves me.
That's a different culture, and that's psychotic. But anyway.
You see, so now, sometimes when I'm saying men, because I was telling you, there's men that they don't want to go home because when they get home, they feel terrorized. So men that they feel violated. There's some...
That's sad because like they need, in a way, they need help because you're supposed to be the man of the house. And I know a cousin in America again who said after work he'd drive around for about 2 or 3 hours, come out and sit outside waiting for the light to go off so he can go in. I get that.
Yes.
But that's long. You know that's not healthy because how long can you do that?
Because then they do it for a while because they say we're doing it for our kids so that our kids when they grow up...
The kids don't respect you anyway.
No, you don't understand because with them they feel that avoidance... They feel that them avoiding the situation, the kids don't see it. Do you understand?
They do see it. Kids see everything.
So then how do we now talk to our children and make them understand that the fact that, let's say, your parent or your mom is doing this to your dad, because sometimes these kids now end up siding with their dad, and then the women now become abusive to their children.
Of course, yeah, because and the worst thing is the kids anyway, because they're going to grow up and keep doing the same thing their parents.
Because they're going to go and marry somebody. Yeah. Because I always say that one thing that we should remember is the kids that we're raising are people's partners.
Yeah,
do you understand?
Yeah.
We are not raising the kids for ourselves. No. We're raising it for them to go out there and go and get married. So let's say that I raised my kid right, and then you, the woman, because I remember I was having this discussion with my kids recently, and I remember my son was going, "Oh, you know what? I'll just swipe her and put her somewhere, when she's coming."
It's not going to work. They're going to be on your arm.
And that's why I was saying that, because when the person is fully on your face, it's kind of like in your face, not even on your face. In your face. Like, beat me, show me that you're a man. Oh, now you know.
Okay, so we've been talking about this for quite a while now, right? Mm-hmm. You know this is a kind of condition though, right?
Yeah.
For them to be aggressive like towards their men.
Very, very,
they claim they
provoking.
Love. So obviously there's a problem.
Yeah, but when you say there's a problem, I know there's a problem, but how do these men now defend themselves?
Like I said, you need to basically go turkey. They can either get help or they go cold turkey.
When you say go cold turkey,
I think cut them off.
cut the women off.
You have
Some
to.
of them, they've got children with these women.
They seek help then.
So, but the funny thing is the help doesn't mitigate. Because if you have to be in the same room, or you have to pick up your child, or you have to deal with this woman, because there's a difference whereby you're in a relationship, you've not had any children, you're not married, you're not anything. So when you cut the person off, that's it. But when you've got children with them,
you have to seek help. You have to think about the children and seek help.
But what if the woman now doesn't want to seek help?
Yeah, if you're but if you're seeking for help professionally, legally,
yeah,
the woman will get forced into it.
No, but some of the women, they don't turn up. Because I know, no, they don't turn up.
Eventually, they would have to turn up.
No, they don't. So what happens is the woman now takes the kids away, and the man now doesn't have access to the children.
Well, if the man is doing it properly, the woman can't do that.
No. That's what the law is. Because, I'll tell you something. I only found this out recently, that the men, that they spent over £30,000 trying to go to court with, like, trying to get access to their children. And then the court now turns around and says, well, this is what your missus said, this is what happened, this is what happened. And then now the men are saying, I don't want to have anything to do with my children.
That's the thing. If they do want to have something to do with their kids, they would have something to do.
No, but let me tell you something. Not when you have paid all this money to the court.
Yeah, but
and then the court too.
I get what you're saying, but the point I'm trying to make is right. If they really want to get in there, they can.
No, they
they've
can't.
gotten to a stage where they're tired and they're giving up.
No, but if you're always spending money, let's say 30, 40,000, that's a lot of money.
So you're going to let your kids go?
No, but 30, come on. And the woman, you still have to pay the woman. It's not that you let your kids go, but at the end of the day, they're trying to choose their sanity. Because when you go to court and the court is telling you, oh yeah, this is what your missus is saying, or this is what is going on, so you can't get in contact with your children. And then now the kids now, when you phone them, they don't pick up the phone.
That's different, no?
Yeah, no, but what I'm saying is, but that goes into that. That's that kind of abuse. Do you understand? Whereby now the man feels that I've had enough. I'm not doing this. Because every time I go to court, I get disheartened. Do you understand me? When is the law going to change on these men's behalf when it comes to these children? I know this is a different topic, but this all leads into abuse.
It's all part of it, yeah.
Yes. So my thing is, how does the law mitigate this whereby the men too? Because I know I've got nieces that...
You have to get a lawyer on the show next time so they can come and tell us how it works.
I know.
But if they really want to get into it, they can.
Get into what?
Get into their kids, try and help them out if they wanted to.
They can't. I said, you know something? The other day, I've spoken to about 3 or 4 men, yeah? And one man said he got to a point that he wanted to kill himself because he felt that nobody was hearing him.
Of course.
Because he goes to court, he provides evidence, the woman too comes, and then they choose a side. And it's like, it says that you're there and you are defending yourself, and she's just lying. And it's like, you can't, it's like there's nothing you can say. Do you understand me? And now what is sad is, even when they try and contact the kids, contact the kids, now the kids don't want to talk to them because now the woman have poisoned these kids. Do you understand? So now the kids now end up being angry, saying, oh, yeah, what mom said is this. What mom said, because she has the kids and she influences it. My point is, when do we as women take responsibility? I always say that women, we made that choice to have these kids with these men. So and I said, unless the man is abusive to the child. The funny thing is, all of us, let's say we are in a relationship, it didn't work, the men hurt us and others. Yeah.
But that's the point though.
When do we accept?
They get punished because it didn't work.
Yeah, but why should my child be a casualty?
Yeah,
trust me, I'm not
some
saying
of these
that.
women, I get it, but some of these women just punish the men because they don't want to conform to their demands.
Yeah, but the funny thing is, my thing is, why would I make my kid a casualty?
But that's you though. You're thinking about the kids, they're not.
Because with me, when I was choosing this man, my kids weren't there.
Yeah, but that's you. That's not how.
And sometimes people don't understand that. When I'm saying it, some woman will be saying someone saying,
but
oh, what does she know?
That's not how most people
was
think.
Married for 20 years. Yeah. And the funny thing is, as much as I've got cousins that the dads neglected their dads neglected their mom, and down the line they still want to go and look for their dad. They understand me.
That's your dad,
Thank you. So my thing is, women, that abuse, it has to stop. Yeah. Honestly, that abuse, I'm not joking, it has to stop.
The disrespect.
The disrespect, the abuse, the sense of, if you want to be a man in your house, then be a man. But at the end of the day, do not let it filter into the children. Do you understand? Because when you do that, the generation that you're bringing up.
Another thing I've been kind of dealing with, or researching a lot on, is the fact that some of us get married for the sake of it. For the sake of it.
Sake of money.
For
security. So you marry somebody you don't love. Exactly. And then now you begin
compatibility is what I keep talking about. So, because if you really love somebody, I don't know what love is, would you want to be punching them up in public?
Lavish. Anyway, when you get irritated by somebody, you want to punch them.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I hear that.
And record it. You punch him up and let someone record it?
Not my child, though.
Isn't that premeditated?
I wouldn't do it, but I would not. That's the truth, hand to God.
But have you ever been in love, though?
Yes, I was.
Would you do that to whoever you loved?
No, I won't.
Thank you. That's the point.
I won't. That's
the point.
I won't. But you know, like down the years,
when it's
sometimes you feel like doing it, but that don't mean that you want to do it.
Fizzling out.
Yeah, I don't know what is fizzling out. No, but the funny thing is, the fact that you feel like doing something don't mean you have to do something.
This is what, like you said, you're like, we're both very mouthy and very assertive.
Yeah.
But I can't even imagine myself standing up to some even 2-foot man and trying to punch him. Because in my head, he's alpha.
Yeah.
I
remember when one guy was trying to piss me off. I wasn't going out with him, so that's a different issue. Yeah. But the funny thing is, I remember I said, I can take you.
Yeah, that still wasn't good though, but I see what you mean.
Yeah. But I wasn't going out with him when he was a short guy. Yeah. So I didn't gonna lie. But it's not like I'm tall or anything.
But I see what you mean. But the thing is, right, my whole thing about this topic is the fact that some of us don't respect our men.
Yes.
We really need to work on that.
We seriously need to do.
See, it's on us though.
Yeah, it is on us.
Because we know we're supposed to respect our men. They're supposed to love us.
Yes.
We claim to be Christians. We claim to go to church on a Sunday.
Yes.
And then the Bible says, or the Quran or whatever you read, you're supposed to respect your leaders.
100%.
Right? So, I mean, if you feel like that he's not a real man, leave him and find someone else.
100%. Because the real men that you claim that they're real men are the ones that cheat on you, beat you,
Forget
and do all
about the
those
cheating
stuff.
and beating.
I'm just saying that we're saying that we want real men.
Yeah.
And these are the men that are not compassionate. They don't take care of you. Yeah. They don't really care whether you live or die. And then you get this compassionate men that's got a good heart and all those stuff. And then you're kind of like beating them up.
It's funny because somebody's probably watching thinking we were just sitting there and we're talking blah blah blah.
Yeah, I know.
Because we don't know what the situation is or in there. The point is, whether the situation is good or bad, it's going to affect your kids.
100%. 100%. And the thing
whether
is,
they're going to feed you or they're paying their rent, if you feel like they're not the one, they're not the one. There's nothing you can do. I don't get why people don't understand that.
And with me, I'm going to be the one that I'll tell you. I know how it is, and I know how it feels to get to a point whereby you are frustrated, you're sad, you're alone, whatever it is. And then, but at the end of the day, it still goes.
Yeah, let me ask you a question. How do you even go over a man you don't respect anyway?
Down the line, that comes up. Down the line, the other day I was talking to my nieces, and I was saying, never compromise in a relationship, yeah? Because down the line, you're going to compromise anyway.
Yeah, even when you compromise, you have to respect him, no?
Okay, so it gets to that point whereby you are so fed up with each other. So we're talking about 20 years down the line. You're really fed up with when you see him, you just want to punch him, or he wakes up in the morning, because that sense of...
the spark's gone.
Way gone. After 20 odd years, there's no spark. Do you understand? So now you end up being like friends.
Back up a bit.
Okay.
There's no spark, but shouldn't there be at least some kind of respect?
That's my point. And that's why I keep saying to men and women that the moment a woman disrespects you,
it's gone.
The relationship is done. Because when a woman, I always say that what a woman can do in front of, like, you can be disrespecting him at home by himself and all those stuff. But if he's in front of friends and you disrespect him, that's one. I remember my dad used to say that if you say kwasia to a man, or is it kwasia or a boy or something, an Ashanti man, it's like you have... So what is a kwasia? Kwasia is stupid, isn't it? Or is it a fool or something, isn't it?
No, kwasia is stupid and what do you mean? It's foolish.
Okay, so when you say that to an Ashanti man, that's it. it's like there's no coming back. Do you understand me? And there's no coming back.
Yeah.
Because
well, you shouldn't say anything in any language, anything disrespectful in any language.
No, but I don't understand. But I'm just saying that there's
anyway.
certain phrases that actually. So now we've now elevated to slaps now because
like I said to you, a guy said to me the other day, have you seen that video? I'm like, which one? Have you seen the video of that woman beating somebody and his face? Like I can feel the disgust and and the what's the word? He looked like, wow, is this where we are?
He was amazed by that.
Amazed and like. He was looking at me like, wow, this is where we are right now. Like, women are beating men now.
Because I'm telling you that that woman beat at that man, you know.
And I wonder why we get called aggressive as black women.
I know. The funny thing is, there are other women, not black women, there are other, at least.
Yeah, but
no disrespect, let me tell you something. No disrespect, but at least with us, we punch out. But like the white counterparts, they shoot them. So at the end of the day, I ain't even gonna lie like that. But what I'm saying is, when you talk about aggression, at least we use our
We've been labelled with it though. So
yeah, but the funny thing is, but what I'm saying is there is aggression, but ours is more visual. Whereas, like, the white counterparts, they'll just take a gun because we were talking about how a black guy got shot. And this black guy was a guy that was going around saying, no, he doesn't want to have anything to do with black women. And if he was going to, he would rather sleep with a dog than
a white one.
And then if he was going to sleep with a dog, he would rather be, what is it?
But that's his business.
No. My point is, the moment he said that, when the woman killed him, and now they want us to fight for him. Do you understand? Now, what I'm saying is 2 1/2 dozen. Do you understand me? How you tolerate that from another ethnic person? Do you understand?
I know where you're going with it. You're trying to say that's annoying. That's basically.
No, I don't say this annoying. It's very disappointing.
Disappointing, yeah. And but my point, for where I am right now, is the fact that we've been labelled as black women. We're labelled loud, aggressive. So that kind of video, anybody who don't know about black people is going to think, oh yeah, that's my point.
Here we go again.
That's my point. All right, they're going to be watching it thinking, wow, these black women are tough.
No, they don't say they're tough. It's kind of like, they're proper aggressive, isn't it?
She was going on like a man, basically.
No, I just, you know what? I think mine, what killed me was the children and the little girl videoing it with me.
And this, again, for me,
and there was a little boy that was hanging around.
In my head,
they're
going to think we're aggressive.
Yeah.
They're going to think this is the norm.
In our household,
in black homes,
that's it.
Basically, that's it.
100%.
Because if it wasn't a norm, why is a little child videoing it?
That's it. And this little girl was laughing and cracking
Again,
up.
it's a norm. It must happen every day then. That's why she thinks it's funny.
Yeah, because she was going, oh yeah, he's lying. And the funny thing is, she kept going, oh yeah. And the way that the kid even showed her face while she was videoing it. And apparently, she sent it to her friend. So it was the friend that put it on social media.
Oh my God.
So it wasn't the kid that did it. Do you understand me? But my thing is, we appreciate that black women, sometimes we get frustrated. It's not us being loud, but sometimes it's like our nature is that sometimes we just want to.
We do too much. We take on too much. It's okay. Again, my opinion, so nobody should get upset. But as black women, I believe we do too much. We do things we're not supposed to do. Like wear the trousers.
It's not that we're not doing things we're not supposed to do. Things that we are not expected to do, but we push ourselves to do.
We take it on anyway.
Yeah. Why?
Because maybe we want to do it. We can't speak for everybody.
Yeah, but if you want to do it, then why complain?
So, this because it's not your nature. You're not built to be doing all them things.
Yeah, but then if you do
like
that...
you said, you don't like manual labour.
That's it. No, I ain't even going to lie like that. I don't like manual labour. You don't like manual.
So imagine if you've met somebody, you're in love with him and all of that.
There's no love that will let me manual labour myself.
Let's just, play along for a minute. You like basically.
It's like you want me to lie, but you go ahead.
Yeah, lie then. So basically, you met a guy you're in love with and all of it, and then he's messing about. Remember, you don't like manual labour. You're doing it because you love him, and he's taking the PISS.
Then that guy,
you're gonna end up punching him though.
No,
it's because we're doing what we're not supposed to do.
As much as I love you, my body, I ain't even gonna lie like that.
Yeah, but most people
I would do a little bit. Now, when I say I don't like manual labour, the basics I'll do: clean the cooker, clean the house and stuff. But there's certain people that they're cleaning. Kind of like my mom. Free jobs. Kind of like my mom. She'll be taking out the vent.
Oh God.
My mom will be cleaning every half an hour.
That's a man's job.
Yeah. You see, that's the thing. So at the end of the day, but so at the end of the day, if you take that upon yourself to do that, why not punch out some next person's child? Then tell the person. Today I was watching this video, yeah, and this guy was saying, "Oh, how many hours do you think it would take?" I bet people are sitting there that all she does is sit on TikTok. No, I do research. Oh. So there's this guy that was asking this girl that how many hours do you think it would take to clean my house? And she goes, well, if I get 2 or 3 maids, yeah.
I've seen that video.
Yeah. Now the man now says, why should I go and get maid on your debt? And then the woman too came back at him that, so you want me to be cuddling, you want me to be doing this, taking on your mental stuff. And then the man goes, well, I'll get you a therapist. And then she goes, then I'll get you a maid.
Straight.
You see, the funny thing is we have been put in a position whereby a woman's place in the kitchen, so you can go and do a 9 to 5, come back, and the man expects you to do all these stuff.
But you want to do it though. You want to do it.
No.
You do. If you don't want to do it, why are you doing it?
Because you don't have an option. Because sometimes, because I remember I was talking to my niece recently. She was going out even though I'm doing it at home, I don't really want to do it, but I don't want somebody to come to my house and feel, even though she lives there with her mom and her siblings and stuff, I don't want to do it and feel as though I'm untidy. They understand me. So sometimes peer pressure, when somebody's coming to your house, you want to clean up your house.
Keyword, peer pressure, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to do it, you don't do it.
Yeah, but if you don't do it, so that means you're going to sit in filth.
There's a difference between filth and there's a difference between you doing something for somebody's benefit. Nobody's going to be sitting in filth. You grew up tidy, your mum's taught you how to, you know what you're doing. From time you're going out of your way and doing something to please somebody, that's a problem. So sorry to cut you off, but if I get a job, I have a husband and I get a job and I'm coming home and cooking and cleaning, I'm cooking out. I know that's your husband and your kids, and I know I sound like I'm contradicting myself, but there has to be a balance.
That's why I'm saying that men should share the responsibility in a sense that, okay, so let's say that you want me to cook and clean. Then I expect you to bath the kids, put them to bed, or, like sometimes in the evening, because I'm talking from experience, right. Whereby he comes from work, I come from work, okay, there's some women that they cook over the weekend, they understand me. So let's say they do Monday to Friday, so they go Saturday and Sunday to do the cooking and stuff. So now the man comes back from work, the man now decides that, okay, I'm going to help the kids, feed them, do whatever it is, put them to bed, and then that you're helping and working. But there's certain men, they'll come in late. I remember there was one of my uncles that with him, he comes back from work, he gets home at 6 o'clock, my auntie has cooked, the food is in the fridge. All that man have to do is dish out the food. This man will wait for my auntie to get home at to 9 o'clock or something. And I said, if I was my auntie, I'll eat fish and chips outside, get home, have a bath, and then you should sit there and die. Yeah,
but she wants to do it again. She really wants to do that.
So down the line, that is when that psychoticness might come in. But still, she wouldn't. But some of my
But she wants to do it. She wants to do it. It's why she's doing it.
Yeah, but the funny thing is, it's like the man and the funny. Okay, so now when I was saying this, so it gets to a point that I know certain women, they poison their husbands. With them, they're diplomatic like that. They wouldn't punch them out. They'll just slow poison them.
Same issue. If you don't.
But then it wasn't more. You don't know that she poisoned them. Yeah. But this one is become very, very visual. So my point is, how do we protect our men and our boys and our family, our brothers? How do we protect them?
By educating them, showing them.
Educating them or the women to stop being abusive.
Our girls, educating our boys, showing them healthy relationships, showing them healthiness in people, showing them how to avoid toxic people.
But how do we show that to them?
Like I said before,
because if you're in a marriage,
if
you've got so many women that you're in a marriage, and then they don't, but the kids learn from what they've given them. You can't learn from outside because you can watch a movie. You can watch a movie. And then you can take from that. And then you're living at home. And then you're seeing this. It's
our responsibility to teach them, like I said. So it's all about us. You have children, you teach them the right way, basically.
Okay. Now, we've come to the end of our program. And I expected loads of men to actually
Text
sort of
him.
like text him, but
Yeah.
they haven't. So moving forward, if you've got any comments, please can you put it in the box, and then we'll find a way to respond to it. But I want to once again thank my producer, Joe, and then thanks Sister Danswa too as well for giving us this platform. But this issue, as much as it might seem as if it is not a big deal, with me, I find it as a
Yeah.
massive deal. Because if we don't actually find a way to curb this, and it becomes epidemic, is it epidemic? We're going to have a massive
My mind
problem
just went
whereby the men now decide, I don't want to deal with the women.
No, but they're doing that now.
It's true, because
They're
sometimes when
doing
you
that
look at the kids, they don't want to deal with the women,
No.
and it saddens me. So if you've got any final say, please.
Well, all I can say is I'm not into that disrespecting man thing. When I mean, as in, it's getting really, really bad. So if you're a guy and you feel like, you know, you're having issues, any kind of issues, I know men are supposed to be strong, but there's a lot of help out there anyway. I'm not advertising anybody, but I know about talking therapy. There's other therapies that you can go to, or speak to a friend who you trust. You have to get it out. Don't keep it in. You need to talk about it. So basically, that's it.
Thank you so much for tuning into our show. Please, I want you guys to share this show. If you need any help, if you give us your name, or if you put anything in a comment, we'll actually direct you to somebody that
you
can
just
help
put
you.
the message in there, and we'll give you some information. You don't have to put your name, because I wouldn't put my name.
Exactly. It's true.
Yeah.
And don't feel ashamed that your woman is beating you, because
Yeah,
at the end of the
honestly.
day, nobody has the right to put their hands on you.
No.
And if you can't beat the woman, I was going to suggest something, but I wouldn't. But one thing I'll tell you is thank you so much for giving us your time. We appreciate you, and please share the show. Thank you very much for your time, and good night.